You mind looking right through the financial?
Oh, so you want us to keep it?
Yeah, so you don't get distracted.
Thank you for the information. Got it.
Appreciate it.
Just let us know when you are you guys ready for setup? Karen good?
Yeah.
You ready? Whenever you're ready.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Sarah Wien.
My name is Neil Dougal.
I'm Alicia Trinetti.
I'm Marcus Anderson.
I'm Kayvon Beatty.
And I'm Ryan Tashkori.
And our product is the Breath Friend. Labor Day weekend in 2014, Sean Gangloff, a 15-year-old, got a ride home from a party with a 17-year-old drunk driver. At 1:30 a.m. the next morning, their car hit a tree and Sean was ejected from the car, and he passed away the next day. Sean was a student at Sherwood High School in Montgomery County. He loved lacrosse, hacky sack, and his friends and family loved him. The family of the driver was deeply saddened and grieving. They didn't think their son was capable of drinking, driving, and killing their 15-year-old friend. One father of Sean's friend said he believes his son's a good driver, but that good drivers have accidents too, and he's absolutely right, especially when the driver is intoxicated. My best friend lives right around the corner from this tree, and every single day she goes to the bus stop, she has to be reminded of a tragedy that could have been prevented. What's even worse is that just this summer, in late June, two 17-year-old high school students from Wooten both died in a drunk driving accident. And this is two accidents in less than a year. And this is just one county in one state. But this problem exists nationwide.
What Sarah just explained to you is an experience that most of us have actually had. It's what gives us the passion and the dedication for our product. In 2012, it was a 19% increase in fatalities in 16 and 17-year-old drivers. In 2013 to 2014, there was luckily a slight dip in the amount of fatalities. But then again, once again in 2014 to 2015, there were over 10,000 deaths in teen drivers. I gave you those statistics because it is a prevalent problem that we have. And 1/3 of all drunk drivers happen to be in the range of 16 to 19. So who supposedly aren't even supposed to be drinking. The reason why that it's such a prevalent thing is, first, it's quite obvious. They're young. They're not 40 to 50. They don't have the experience that a normal driver might have. They're 16 to 19. They maybe haven't gone on the highway. They maybe haven't driven in the dark. Maybe they haven't had so many people in the driver's seat, in the car before. But the second major reason is that they don't know when to stop drinking. 1 in 6 teens binge drinks, which means that they don't know when to stop. They haven't established a tolerance level so that they know when to stop and when to move on.
So how do we solve this problem of drunk driving seen in adolescents? Well, our product is clearly the solution. It's the Breath Friend. The Breath Friend is similar to the government-issued breathalyzers that the government makes people put in their cars once they've been issued a DUI. The problem is that the government only makes people put these in their car once they've been issued the DUI. And statistics show that on average, a person has driven 80 times before their first arrest for drunk driving. So very similar to the government-issued breathalyzer, our breathalyzer will not allow the car to start until the breathalyzer has been used and has assured that the teen's BAC, or blood alcohol concentration, is below the legal limit of 0.08. What's an added benefit to our breathalyzer is the parent has the option of going in and reducing this restriction, so they can change the restriction from 0.08 down to 0.05 if they wish. But what really sets our product apart is we have a notification application that lets the parents know what is going on with their child. So 4 main features of our app is the notification system, location service, contact list, and password lock. The notification system is set up to notify the parent immediately of the teen's BAC, where the teen is, and if the car will be drivable or not. The location service is there so that once the parents know if the car is drivable or not, then they can find out where the teen is and go and pick them up if they can't drive anymore. This prevents the parent from having to call the teenager and find out where they are when they are in that drunken state. The contact list is there so that if the parents need to go out of town for a vacation or for a business trip, they can change who is getting notifications. So the parents will always be getting notifications, but let's say there's an aunt that lives nearby. They can change it so that the aunt is getting notifications, and then the aunt can go and pick the child up while they're out of town. But of course, what is keeping the teenager from going into their parents' phone and changing these settings around so they can go and drink and then try to drive home? Well, there's a password lock that is put on the app to prevent the teenager from being able to access the settings.
When we look at the competition, there are some major differences. We have a better customer service department, a better service center, and a more effective device. Our first company is Smart Start. Close to a third of 245 reviews for their product received 1 star out of 5 due to bad customer service. With our app, we will contact the parents and friends when there is a problem with the system. Our second competitor is Guardian Interlock. Guardian Interlock requires a 12-volt electrical system to install the ignition interlock system into your car. With our device, we will put it in your car no matter what electrical system you have. Our third interlock system is LifeSafer. LifeSafer overcharges customers and has unhappy employees. With our device, we will have low installation fees and we'll have happy customers so that we can have energized employees. Our fourth interlock system is Draeger. Draeger has a malfunction in their websites and hotlines. With our device, we will have an app so that it connects to friends and family so that we don't need hotlines or websites. None of these products have an app that can communicate with parents and emergency contacts and keep up with our current generation. These are some reviews of existing Inkaar breathalyzers, and 2 words to explain those are clunky and intrusive.
So some unique distinctions from our product and our competitors is the length of breath output. Now what this is pretend you are a sober driver and you're driving your intoxicated friend home. So you get in the car and you take the test and it's clean, so you pass, so you're able to drive. Let's say your friend's drunk, they mess around a little, so they're going to try and play with the breathalyzer maybe. Well, what this does is it won't read that. It will read the clean reading, the first initial reading. And the way you can restart this is every single time you start your car, it's restarting the breathalyzer. Another feature is our companion mobile app. Now the mobile app has a notification system, and when the driver takes the breathalyzer test, the notification sends, it has the location of the driver, the time, and the blood alcohol content. And then insurance benefits. So we all know that teen driving insurance rates are really, really high. So how can we solve this? So we contacted Geico, and after being on hold for like 5-10 minutes, we got the answer, yes, they would be interested in our product. And the reasoning behind that is if they see that teens and parents are being proactive and they're being realistic. You can't stop all teens from drinking, but you can stop them from drinking and driving. So our product shows consideration on the teens and the parents' part. Their consideration for the teen's safety, the parents' peace of mind, other drivers on the road, and pedestrians on the street. And it shows a consideration for the greater good of society. We also conducted customer surveys, and the first question we asked simply was, would you want this in your car? And 25 out of 25 people said yes, they would. Well, what's interesting is 5 out of those 25 were parents who said, I want to see if I can trust my child first. I want to see and test their boundaries. And our solution to that is we understand. It's completely understandable if you want to trust your child first. So we have an online website where you can purchase our product, have it sent to your home, and then you can go to your local auto shop or like a Sears Auto and have it installed there. Another question is, would you feel your teen is safer with our product? And the answer was 100% yes. And the last question was, how much would you be willing to pay? And we got prices up to $500, which is great because that's way above our estimated asking cost.
Alright, so for our product, we'll be targeting parents of teens because we would like to aid them in preventing their children from drinking and driving and getting into a possible accident.
According to Mirwood Teen Rehab Database, 40% of fatal alcohol-related car crashes involve teens, and every day 8 teens die from drunk driving. Now, there are many different types of parents.
There's a type of parent that fully acknowledges and understands all the risks that come with drinking and possibly getting into a car.
This type of parent understands that the tug and pull of peer pressure sometimes is too much for one teen to handle on their own, and they will do whatever it takes to prioritize safety for their child.
And then there's another type of parent where they may acknowledge all of the risks that are involved but value trust over everything.
This type of parent most likely has a system with their child where, like Sarah pointed out, they want their child to make a mistake or violate that code of trust before a product like our own is implemented into their car.
But then you have to consider, what if their first violation is actually their last?
What if their first violation costs them their life?
What is the value of life?
What we are offering is not just any other product.
What we are offering is a chance for you to save an individual's life or many lives.
Not just the driver who gets into the car drunk, but also every other person who gets into the car knowing that the driver is drunk.
This may also involve anybody that would be potentially within proximity of this vehicle that has unfortunately been turned into a death machine.
What we are offering is a chance to save lives, change lives, and prevent tragedy before it happens for a price of $160.
And yes, you may argue that there are similar products on the market.
And yes, these products are at a similar price as our own, but what we offer at a similar price is the efficiency and effectiveness of giving parents the complete control of the situation through our mobile app.
Alright, so in order for us to directly reach our target market, we will be distributing our product through car companies.
For every car, BreathLife will be a pre-install option at every dealership. So let's say a person who wants to get a sports option with their car gets a sports option. Now they can also check the Breath Friend option.
And for those that already have a car and would like to purchase the item, we have it available online through our website. And if it was purchased online, you could then go and install it through a local auto shop.
So if you want to take this route, you will not have to pay our personal installation fee, which adds it up to $160. You only have to pay $80 because you are solely paying for our product and getting the installation done on your own. What will our earliest model look like? This is our minimum viable product. Right here is the home page of our app. As you can see, we have Breath Friend written in big logos right there. And right below, let's say a family has 2 children, Joe and Mary. So you can view each setting for each person, see what's going on with them, and customize each setting personally. Or you can go to the calendar setting. Let's say there's a specific event. You can go to that and fix that right there, and then the time settings. Time settings are monthly, weekly, and daily, whichever you choose. And you can set it at whatever time you want. And right below, we have the add a car feature. So let's say this family has another teen who's entering their driving age. And so if they get this product for that team, it will have its own unique code. You enter it to the add a car, and you'll see their name pop up right next to Joe and Mary. Now let's take a look at the profiles. Right here we have Mary. Her parents wanted her to have a 0.02% limit. So if she breathes 0.02% or higher, her car will not activate. The keyhole will be shut. Right below that, you see the activation time. So every day, as you can see, it says daily on the right-hand side. For 7 p.m. to 4 a.m., Mary has to breathe into the breathalyzer at her own parents' will. Now, right below that, we see upcoming on the calendar. Let's say Mary goes to her parents and says, hey, I want to go to Stacy's Barbecue. Well, you write down Stacy's Barbecue right there. You go from 8 to 10, 1 to 5 p.m. on August 10th, and then you have it right there. So from 1 to 5 p.m., which is maybe when Mary might be driving during that event, she will have to breathe into the breathalyzer. Now right here, we have the calendar settings. So if you want to customize the calendar settings, you click on either Joe or Mary. So let's say we click on Joe. Let's say Joe is going to a party on August 11th. You pick day 11, month August, and then the start to finish time, whenever you think Joe may be driving during that time. And then you put the name of the event, you could just put party, and then it will be on the calendar for Joe. And it will say, Joe's party. From start to finish, and you'll have to breathe into the breathalyzer whenever the time is set. And then you just press done. Similarly, the time setting has a similar function. So let's say we pick Joe again. Right there, you have the start and stop time. So let's say it's also 7 p.m. to 4 a.m. Then instead of daily, which is pretty easy to understand, we can go to weekly. So let's say they only want Joe to have to use this on the weekends. They go to weekly, then they press the day tab right there, and they can choose what days of the week. So let's say Saturday and Sunday. So now every Saturday and Sunday from 7 p.m. to 4 a.m., Joe will have to use the breathalyzer in order to stay safe. And since this is a routine thing, you can have an on or off button at the bottom. And this is just an example of a notification a parent may get. So it says at 8:33 p.m., Mary blew 0.08% BAC. That means that Mary's car did not start because her limit is 0.02%. And then you can swipe to the right to view the location of Mary at the time so that the parents can go and assist their child.
So what can your $5,000 do today? Well, first, we would like to spend 1/5 of that on app development. Now, obviously, it's going to take more time to develop and maintain an app. And I'll talk about that in just 1 minute. What we have also is about $3,000 for a breathalyzer device that connects to the app. Now, we feel that's a good price right now. We feel like the technology can be obtained right now. It's not 3, 5, or 7 years down the road. We can do this right now. And we want to spend about $750 to validate our assumptions. The $750, we want to go out to nonprofits, talk to them that care about these issues. We want to go to high schools. We want to go to communities, see what they have to deal with and what are they trying to teach their kids. And the final $250 will go through our website to build up our website to make sure that it's functioning right and it's consistent and able to be used on a daily basis. Now, if you turn over your papers that I gave you in the beginning, what I have is it is expenditures for the first year. We have in the first month, we're going to be applying for a $75,000 loan with about a 5% interest rate, and we will be personally investing $25,000 in our own money. So in total, we'll have $100,000, excuse me. And at quarter 3 and 4, we're going to start really being taken off as our product is getting out in the market. And we feel like by month 14, we'll start becoming profitable. The reason why is, as we're getting out to communities, word of mouth will spread and publicity will take over and show that we are actually making a difference. We feel by quarters 1, 2, 3, and 4, we can be making over $250,000. And we're so comfortable because, once again, we can target mid-range markets such as Raleigh, such as Jacksonville, Tampa Bay, all on the East Coast, and all accessible, and all have this problem in their regions. And with their reports, we have done a meticulous job of looking at what expenditures we have. And although it is rough, we feel pretty comfortable with what we have here. At the end, this is what makes us different. Marcus explained the competition we have, but this model here is what's going to make us go to the top. We have the breath friend. I will be in charge of the finances. Marcus over here will be in charge of all of the tech. Alicia will be in charge of marketing. My colleague Kayvon and Ryan will be in charge of going out to these partnerships, getting all the information. And Sarah will be doing customer research and everything that we need to know about this problem. In addition, if we go to dealerships and we go to insurance companies, what makes this nice is that the product might even pay for itself. If you get a reduction on your insurance fee every month, that can add up over time, and the product might just pay for itself. That's what we want. We want to give affordability to our consumers. If this is our equation for success, Breathalyzer plus app customization plus affordability gives us success. The app customization is essential. We're here in the modern age where we need this product. And affordability, everyone's looking to make sure that what they invest in is actually going to give them return benefit. At the end, though, when we consider our product, the parents can't be everywhere. The kid knows that, and the parents know that at the end of the day, they can't go out and monitor their parents all the time. And maybe just remember this thing right here.
When you can't count on your best friend, you can always count on the breath friend.
Thank you for your time. I really appreciate it.